Alright, I guess it's recording now. It's kind of cool. Alright, so I guess if you can answer this, what influenced or inspired you to become like a makeup artist?
When I was living in San Diego, I was doing some work for a couple bands and I saw how the makeup artists worked. So when I came back home to New Jersey, I went to school in New York and decided that that's what I wanted to give a try to. And it worked.
Okay. How many movies have you worked on?
Let's see, I've worked on, I think 7 movies. Nothing crazy, blockbuster hits, nothing like that, just indie movies.
Okay,
So
cool.
I think 7, yeah.
So yeah, what was the whole thing with the Face Off show for like how did it start again? Or like how did you get involved in it initially?
Face Off contacted me because they saw my work somewhere online, wanting me to audition. So I went to New York, I auditioned, they liked me, wanted me to come back right on the spot. So the next day I went and auditioned again, and I got through, and that's when I got the news that I was selected to go to LA, but I had to go to another interview first, and I was almost there, and they decided that they were more interested in the drama in my life than the actual effects work. So I didn't go to LA, and I'm not going to be on season 2. So
Sad to hear that.
that's what happened with
They
that.
made you. Which interview was it that they made you put them make the mask?
That was the very first
That was the
interview.
first one, and
it was at the International Makeup Artist Convention in New York, and we had 10 minutes to apply some kind of prosthetic to our face, to our own face, which was really hard. And I did a zombie, which you know.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah, they didn't. Was it? You said that they didn't. That they wanted too much. They tried.
They tried to bring in the
All the
fact
drama.
that they wanted to know a lot about my personal life and my family life, and just thought that was kind of weird. It had nothing to do with my actual skills as a makeup artist. So I could tell that they were more interested in getting ratings than actually,
More into the drama, I guess.
Exactly. Figured.
It sucks.
Stupid sci-fi channel.
Yeah. Let's see. When did you start at RV? Like, how long were you there for, and like, what were you there for?
I graduated pretty early. I was only there for a 1.5 years. So I took summer classes so I could get the hell out of there.
Okay.
I graduated with an AS in digital media and film.
Okay.
And I just graduated in May.
Okay. When did you start again? You said it was like the summer before?
Yeah,
or?
the summer before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Where are you now? Like, what school are you attending?
I go to the new school in Greenwich Village in Manhattan, and I'm studying creative arts therapy, which is completely different from what I was doing, but it's cool because I can still work like a normal job, but still be an artist at the same time. It's kind of like psychotherapy, but you present art materials instead of sitting on a couch and talking about your problems. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool. What was the name of the school again?
The new school.
The new school? Okay, cool. Let's see. What kind of I remember you were telling me before, like last semester, like all the classes I think you were taking, or like you were going to take.
At
Like,
the
what were
new
the
school?
names of like them? Like, I think what was it? Like one of them was like Blood 101 or something, or.
At the new school? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that weird class I have this semester, Skin Off Your Face Horror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of double majoring. I'm doing creative arts therapy, but I'm also going to school. I'm getting a bachelor's in like film studies.
Okay.
So I figured I'd take this course.
How is it?
It's kind of crazy. The professors there are very, very liberal and very alternative.
Okay.
So this particular class focuses on the anatomy in horror, and I just thought that that would mean the anatomy of a film, but she means the anatomy like body parts, so it's a very graphic course, and I was very surprised, but it's a cool school. I mean, it's very non-traditional, and I'm taking music therapy, art therapy, and dynamics of art materials. I've taken classes that I would have at museums and galleries in New York, so that was a really cool summer. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's amazing. I've never had anything like that.
It's a lot different than RV.
I bet. Do you have like any future plans or?
Right now, I'm actually not filming at all, which is the first time in a long time because for the past, I don't know, 6 years I've been filming nonstop. Even when I was at Raritan Valley, I was doing films and I just couldn't, it was too crazy with my schedule. I'd come home at 3 in the morning and then have a 9 o'clock class. It was too much. So I took time off from that. I'm going to graduate in about a year from the new school with my bachelor's, and I don't know if I'm going to go back into it full time filming. I mean, I love it. I love doing special effects, but I kind of want something more stable. I don't want to have to rely on, I have to sign on for another movie in 6 months because this one's going to wrap up. But, you know, it's always something I can fall back on. And I'm still like, you know, I just did a job last week. I do small jobs here and there, you know, short films or photo shoots.
Yeah, you had one, you said you had one yesterday or?
I had one last week in Washington Square Park.
Okay.
The one I had yesterday was, I wasn't doing makeup, I was actually in it. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, how did you get started? Like, I mean, you said you got started with like you were inspired by like the bands and stuff. How did you actually get started? You said you started...
I went to school in Manhattan for it. I went to the Learning Institute for Beauty Sciences, and it's like a 4-step course. You get 4 certificates and everything from glamour makeup to prosthetics. And when I got those certificates, I think I just kind of got lucky. I went on Craigslist and looked for a job right out of school, and I hooked up with this he won an Emmy at the age of 21, this crazy producer, Peter Iengo.
Wow.
He answered my ad right away and he was like, yeah, I'll try you out, sure. And we've been working ever since. That was about 7 or 8 years ago. So I just got lucky.
Cool.
But it's not always that easy. I mean, usually you have to kind of build up.
You kind of have to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I gotta get moving on that train.
Yeah, networking. Very important.
Let's see. You said, I remember you told me a lot of people give you like requests for Halloween and stuff, right? Any this year?
Yeah. This year's different though, because for the past couple years I haven't had Halloween because I've always been doing everyone's makeup, so I just really didn't plan for myself. This year I only took about 2 appointments.
Okay, yeah.
Of course they're zombies. Everyone wants to be a zombie all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually the most busy time of year for me, just because everyone always wants to be a zombie. I don't know what it is. That's all they want to be. That's all I really do.
Like it's boring.
Yeah, it's a little boring at times.
Do you just use like the same like makeup for? I mean like.
Yeah, I have like a zombie kit where I can just, you know, so I don't have to dig through my stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody always wants to be the same thing.
Damn. Are you gonna be anything this year or?
That's like the question of the week. I didn't buy a costume.
Oh, darn.
No, it's
hard with school.
Yeah,
like
I really just didn't think that I was gonna go anywhere. I didn't think that I was gonna have any plans, but this year I kind of do, and so now I'm kind of screwed.
Damn.
But I have all day today to kind of, get one together, and tonight. Okay,
well I think we're like more than halfway done, so I don't want to keep you.
You're fine. That's
okay.
Cool.
Let's see it. Again, have you ever applied makeup to your dogs more than Batman?
They've applied makeup to themselves, I'm not even kidding. They got into my stuff, and that and my paint, which, like I said, destroyed my room.
Yeah.
So Mona, my white dog, was covered in rainbow colors for 2 weeks,
wow.
I think. Not fun. That's the only time they've ever had makeup on. I mean, people kind of joke all the time. They want to see Batman as a zombie, but I don't think he'd sit still for that.
Yeah, he'd probably like play around with it too. Like I don't know, like if I did it to my dogs, well, I mean, I probably couldn't. But if I tried, they'd probably like pull it off and like chew on it like a toy or something.
Yeah, you've seen how crazy they are.
Yeah.
For a second. It would be funny though.
It would. Do you have any role models or like, I guess any related to makeup or?
I mean, there's the big influences, obviously, like, you know, like you said, Rick Baker, Stan Winston. But for me personally, I would think, I would consider a role model more towards who taught me how to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Paul Malfuz, and he's worked with Lionsgate before.
Okay, cool.
He's more like in the horror genre.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's not big and famous or anything, but he knows his stuff. And
Yeah.
so, I've gone to him a couple times just to kind of refresh my memory. Because like I said, I've been at school, the effects school for years now. But he's helped me along the way.
That's
and
good.
so I kind of, you know, I look up to him definitely. And Orlando Santiago, he was my glamour makeup guy who actually taught me how to do makeup from the basics.
That's cool.
And he works for MAC in the city. He's pretty well known. So I would say those two guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know like any other makeup people besides you, so it's like this is interesting. Like 4 more to go. When you're watching a movie, like, are you more focused on like the story, or if it's like a horror movie, you're more focused on like the effects, like how they did them, or like wow that looks cool, or
Yeah, you know, I used to I really loved horror movies before I became an effects artist, but I think it kind of ruined it for me, just to be honest, you know, because, you know, you sit there and you see all these cheesy horror movies now, and they are cheesy nowadays. There's like hardly any good things out. Like, I get mad sometimes. Like, oh, blood is not the right color, or you know, I could do that bullet hole wound better, and you can't help but to critique it, and so it kind of takes away from the movie.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It happens all the time. Like, it's very rare that I can watch a movie and just kind of get scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know how they did that.
Yeah. Damn. Let's see. This is sort of, I know this is sort of a weird question. Have you ever met like anyone famous in the movie business, or? And that's kind of a tough question, because
like actors or people.
I guess anybody. I guess.
I mean, actually, the winner from Face Off from last season, he was at the auditions. So I got to meet him.
Cool.
I've worked with a couple of A-list actors, Vinny Vella from The Sopranos, and I don't know, gosh, there's been a couple like independent movie stars, Elijah Wood, Adam Brody.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know where to begin. Just, you know, I think it's like the more famous ones. Jack Osbourne.
Whoa.
I can't think off the top of my head.
That's okay.
Horrible memory, but yeah, a couple.
That's
here
cool,
and there.
though.
Yeah.
I don't think many people get to say that they do that unless they're like really in the movie business. But for me, like I've never like, I don't know. I keep comparing myself to you. I'm sorry.
It's a little different out here. I mean, when I lived in San Diego and worked in LA, they were all over the place.
Yeah.
It was like no big deal. But then coming out here,
it's
different. Not so common. So I can see where you're coming from with that.
2 more. Like, is there any other kind of work that you do, whether it's related to movies? Like you said, you did do like some modeling.
Yeah, I still do that. That's what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
The pinup shoot. But I mean, if I'm on set and they need extras, like they go to the staff. So I'm actually in a couple of the movies that I've worked in or on.
Cool.
And besides the music videos in LA, which I won't go into because it's super embarrassing, that's really all I've done. Makeup and hair, and then kind of dabbled in the extras here and there.
Okay, cool. I actually, I think it was like last week, I actually just looked up, I forget what it was. I think it was like your modeling page or something.
Oh, the Model Mayhem?
Yeah, and I saw like a list of the music videos. I was like, whoa! So I went back and was like looking through them. I was like, where is she?
That's so embarrassing. I haven't been on that in forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think, again, like they cut really fast, so it's hard to like see, but like this isn't like one that this is one I just came up with, but is there like anyone that like you particularly liked, or I don't know?
That I've worked with, like, in the videos. I
don't know. I'm
trying to think. Out of all the videos that I've done, I don't want to say who because they're all super embarrassing. No particular favorites.
Okay.
Really. It's all just kind of.
That like blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, my secret life, right?
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah, it was fun, you know, and they paid well. But I just hated being in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's kind of. I imagine it's kind of like where with like doing makeup you're probably more comfortable, but then when you're
yeah, you can kind of hide and do your own thing, make everyone else look pretty, and let them be in front of the camera.
That's cool though. Like I can tell my friends, oh yeah, she was in this music video.
Don't tell them.
Where.
It's too embarrassing.
All right. Let's see. I guess the last question I have is, do you have any advice for those trying to get into like either I guess modeling or like the makeup? Or
they're both very different and similar, if that makes any sense. I mean, similar in the way that networking is completely necessary. I mean, it's not just gonna come. I mean, I could say that I just kind of hopped into, you know, my production company, but if you're looking for it, it's not gonna come right to you. You know, I wasn't looking for it, so I was like, oh, all right, sure. But it's really hard when you want something and it's not right in front of your face. So, I mean, as cheesy as it sounds, Craigslist really did wonders for me, and websites like Mandy.com and Model Mayhem, and you know, there's all kinds of even Facebook helped me out with a lot of jobs.
Really?
Yeah, just to keep networking. It sounds cliche, but it's like all about who you know too, you know?
Okay.
A lot of people have gotten me the ins and outs of, you know, getting further in the business and what to do and what not to do. But I've actually just gotten really lucky because I stuck with the production company. But with the modeling, that was just like, I totally was not, you know, I wasn't trying to get my portfolio and get things done. They came to me and they were like, hey, we'll charge it, or we'll give you this amount of money to do it. I'm like, okay. So that just kind of, that was just a side thing that I did just for extra money.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Expanding your network.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Yeah, that's all I have on here. Good job.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah.